The Wide Wide World of Tabletop Gaming presents BCS Inside the HQ #1, a different kind of playthrough. I'm your host, Brian Martin. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon here in the Midwest where I live, and starting a brand new series. Tiny bit about myself for those of you who don't know me. I've been a war gamer for over 40 years. My main game for a long time was ASL, but I really love Napoleonics and American Civil War stuff, so that's kind of where my focus has been the last 10 years or so in purchasing and playing at home and solo. But last year, I was at a friend's house, and he was like, "Have you ever played BCS?" And I said, "No, I've seen you talk about it on your Facebook page and stuff, but I've never played." He's like, "What do you want to play?" And so we broke out Aracore and played a really tiny scenario. And yeah, I had never read the rules, but we kind of walked through it and played through it. And I thought, oh, it's kind of an interesting little system. So we played the next day, played a bigger scenario, and I got a chance to learn more about the game and walk through it. And I found I actually like BCS quite a bit. Discovered that the Battalion S3 magazine was coming out and thought that's perfect. With all the articles that are going to be in there and the game, I'm going to learn so much more. And I did in reading Robert Van Tol's articles in that magazine. I learned a lot more. My friend and I played the Danger Forward scenario on VASSAL. Played it once each side, and then I played it solo. And then I bought Inflection Point because I wanted the Chir map because it's only 17 by 19, fits my smaller gaming table perfectly. And as I'm setting this up and putting everything out, I thought, I can't wait to do little reports online and talk about how this game is going because it's a 10-turn game, right? I thought, well, wait a minute, wait. Why would I do that? After action reports don't have to be written anymore. They can be verbal. You can talk through it. I thought, well, maybe I'll sit at my table and I'll talk through it. Maybe I'll play the game on VASSAL instead, solo, and talk through it. And I thought, no, I want to play the game solo, feeling the counters, rolling the dice, going through the charts and rules one by one, taking my time. But I also thought I want to be able to preserve in some way the game I'm playing in video form. And I thought, well, I can just replay the turn on VASSAL and then post the screenshot of where the game is at any one point in time. And then it's like, well, no, that's not very helpful for people. And it doesn't answer any questions. So I thought about other playthroughs that I've seen. And the one thing that I think is kind of missing from most playthroughs that I've seen is an in-depth discussion about individual activations. The conversation has usually always been, okay, I'm going to play this turn. These guys are going to try and secure this crossing. These guys are going to do this, and these guys are going to do that. And then they will show you snippets of their game turn, how these different battles are working out, and then you see the overview. That's the way most of the playthroughs have gone. And I thought, well, why don't we do it a little differently? So here's the plan that I have for doing this. Now, whether I'll do it for every activation, for every game turn, for every unit, I don't know, because it could take weeks to finish this scenario if I do that. But I know I'm going to do it for each of the activations on turn one for both sides. And the plan is to do this. I'm going to keep track of the game on VASSAL, but play it on my desktop here at home. So I'll be doing all the dice rolling and stuff off camera. You won't see that. You won't hear about it. I won't narrate it. I won't do any of that stuff. I will not bore you to tears with that, because those of you who've done this for a long time, if you've been to tournaments or game days at a community center or a buddy's house, you know watching other people play war games is not exciting. You want to be in there playing the game yourself, not watching other people move counters, right? So the idea will be, this is the setup here. This is the Chir setup, and it's identical. I've checked all the counters that are here with the ones that are on on my map. They're all the same. So what I plan on doing is, let's say I activate, let's say the Russians, I'm using the Chit activation system as opposed to the rolling for initiative. So the Chit system is going to work, and let's say I pull the 333rd Rifle Division from the Soviets as my first one. First, I'll come over here and I'll highlight the formation. Now, everyone will be able to see that all the ones in yellow are the units that we're talking about. The point here is that I'm trying to be educational, just not just for myself, but for others who come behind me who are learning the system and trying to figure it out. And I hope to learn stuff off of this because I'm hoping people will comment when I do something stupid, which, given my history, is going to be pretty obvious that it's going to happen. But the idea would be to talk through what these units are going to do, who they're going to attack or try to attack, and what they're going to attempt to be doing with that attack, and what they will do if they're successful, and what they will do if they're not successful. If a unit, for example, this tank unit back here, is protecting two, really three combat trains, do we move them? Well, there's a lot of German infantry and not a lot of German panzers, but the German panzers come on during this turn. So the tanks are going to have to be in there at some point, but they're not ready yet, and they're a dual unit. So if you've watched Robert Van Tol's videos on combat, you'll know that a dual unit has 3 attacks in a round. They get 2 fire attacks plus the regular attack they get for the infantry, for the assault capable units. So they can do 3 things. You have to figure that out. And am I going to do X? Am I going to do Y? Or do I leave them sit still? So the idea will be, that's why I'm calling this series Inside the HQ. We're going to be sitting at HQ for the 333rd Rifle Division and deciding what will we do this turn to keep the formation in on solid ground, keep it intact, keep it cohesive. What are our objectives, and how do we plan on obtaining those objectives? And doing that for every single activation. It's a way for you to see inside the mind of one gamer's point of view. And I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to be struggling a little bit still with the rules and struggling with learning how to play this system to the best of its ability, and at this scale, what works, what doesn't work, what's good, what's bad. So I'm hoping that there'll be some commentary on that from people either on the Facebook page that this will be shared to, or on the YouTube channel page where this will be posted. After the turn is over, I will then update, after the activation is over and we get ready for second activation, I will update the counters on the board to reflect what happened in the last turn, and then if I get a second activation with that unit, be able to highlight them again and show you what we plan on doing now with the units that just got their second activation. And we may find that what they do in the second activation is identical to the first because the first didn't go so well, or the first went so well that we have to be careful not to do something really super aggressive that hurts us in the long run. So that's what I'm thinking through, and that's why I say it's a different kind of playthrough. It will be pre-activation discussion and planning, playing it on my tabletop off camera, coming back, rearranging the counters to reflect what happened, discussing then what, if this unit is going to have a second activation, what it will do, or if it's finished, where I think the activation left us after that. And hopefully it will generate some discussion, and hopefully a lot of discussion that will be beneficial not just to me to pick up on things, but to people who come, like I say, behind me, who see this and go, I just got the game and there's this thing, I'll start watching it, and maybe it'll help you learn the game as well. So we're kind of learning together, and all the groggies on Facebook and YouTube will get to laugh at me as I do probably one or two really dumb things, maybe more, but we'll see. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I hope that you'll continue to follow us throughout the series. I'm punching out just a few more counters that I need for informational counters, and then I'll be ready to rock and roll. And so until Inside the HQ #2 pops up, this one will have to do for now. Again, we thank you for watching, reminding you that this is the wide world of tabletop gaming YouTube channel. We thank you for coming, and we thank you for watching. This is Brian saying so long, everybody.